Yes, YouTubers, welcome back to another video from the Ultimate Blind Masters channel. Hope you all have been well. Obviously, before I do continue, usual jibber jabber, please like, share and subscribe and turn on your notifications if you are interested in my videos, and also if you want to be made aware of any more of my uploads. So today's video is a bit of a curious one because I'm reviewing something that I've actually had for quite a long time now, and I would say it's been about 8 to 9 years now I've had this for, if I'm not wrong. I used to have a bit of a different version when I was a lot younger. I was about 5 or 6. Yeah, I used to share this with my other brother who's blind. One of my older brothers who's blind. Of course, I've had this since, I thought it was about 8. But the one before, I think, when that died out, obviously, they sent me a newer version. And that was, I suppose I had that for about 2-3 years before this one. But this is the RNIB Daisy player. When I turned it on today, I actually had to use my plug off the big elephant over there. I had to use her plug. Sorry. I can't say her name because I don't want to break your devices up. But she's a big round elephant over there. She's on the drawer, she's asleep. So I had to use the plug of the Echo, as you guys can see, because I'll show you the whole unit in a second, but because the box actually takes that kind of plug, so I had to use that unit. So I had to use the actual port from the Amazon Echo. So yeah, without further ado, guys, I'm going to get on with this. So the Daisy player is basically a CD player / book reader. Now, you might say, how book reader? Well, what I'm trying to say, okay, let's say it's more of a CD player, because you can play anything from music out of this up to, you know, your favourite storybooks like Horrid Henry and Matilda, whatever you're listening to. And looking at the machine, it is a bulky device. It is a bit heavy. It's not the lightest of devices. It hasn't got too much weight to it. I'd say 0.5 kilogram, or probably about just under 0.5 kilogram. I would say, if I'm not wrong, or I haven't got any scales on me, or probably about 295 grams, I'd say. I don't know, but my estimate is 0.5 kilogram. So it's basically a device with a number of buttons on there. So it's almost like a bit of a flat keyboard. Of course, you've got a speaker grill on the right hand side of the device. On the left, there's all your control buttons. Of course, at the front, you have your CD slot, where the CD goes in and out. I don't know what this dent's for. At the back, of course, I don't know whether this takes batteries. Very interesting, but yeah, there's not. As far as I'm aware, there's nothing at the back really. And of course, sitting in this is the charge port. Now, when this is fully charged, you can use it without the charger. Now, I'll show you the USB unit now. So this is the charger. Very similar to the Apexes. Of course, those Echo ports can also charge your Apex if you still have one of them. I haven't anymore. I don't have one anymore, unfortunately. So the charging unit goes all the way down to this little rectangular box, little medium kind of build box. Not too thick, not too thin. Small box, not big, very small. Quite a small box, medium size, I would say, just under medium. So, of course, but decent build quality. And of course, in here lies the usual port of the Echo, which this is right there. And of course, yeah, apart from that, the rest of the wire and the plug belongs to the Echo. So just
thumbs up, someone like you. Pause recording. Stop video button.
Sorry.
Double tap to activate.
So of course,
pause. 0. 1.
Sorry.
Stop. Pause recording button. Double tap to activate.
And of course, in this hole, which I can't touch because the plug's on, sits this little port here. So any port, whether it belongs to the Echo or if you've got a similar port to this or the same one, it will fit into these Daisy player boxes. So we'll just attach it back in, guys. Because I know my friend, the blind tech, was quite interested in this device, so I thought I would review this as well. Overall, though, the machine has got a very good build quality. Now, of course, I've not used this for a while. I don't have a CD on me, unfortunately, so these are very old. I don't think RNIB sell these anymore, but I'm very surprised that this still works. So I don't think in today's world now, this machine is going to be much of a use unless you're lucky enough to have a CD. So what I'll do, I'll just turn it on and give you guys an overall view. Unfortunately, I don't have a CD, but I will go through the buttons and just give you an overall review of my thoughts. So of course, the on button is this little circular button right on the right, and it is above the eject button, which is of course a round square button, and we have to hold that in until we hear a little tone. But something that's very surprising on this device, you will notice when it turns on. So let's hold this little circle button in. Sorry about that. Oh, sorry, my bad. I've not put the charger in. Sorry. The battery's dead. I've not used this in a while. Might get rid of this, I don't know. Because I just don't think it's something that you can use anymore. It's not. It's just there, and I think, I don't know. I might get rid of this, I don't know. I'll have to see. So, of course, sorry I forgot to show you. Charger, of course, goes in the back of here. Drop the charger, goes into the back of this hole, and of course on the side, on your right hand side, on your left hand side of the machine, at the bottom edges, left hand side, bottom left hand side, just more towards the top, you've got your headphone jack, which I think it's this one at the top, and I think they're both headphone jacks, or the other one is just to plug an external microphone in, if I'm not wrong. But yeah, either way, one's each, I think. So I'm going to put the charger back in, and we're going to get this big man booted up. Big boy. Whole little guy, as I say in America. Sorry, you lot. So, I'm going to put this in. The back clicked in nicely. There we have it. And now, of course, we're going to hold this little circle button on the right-hand side until we hear a little tone. And when we hear that tone, we let go, and the machine does everything else itself. So here we go. There we go. Quick.
No disc.
Aha. So as it's turned on, it said straight away, no disc. Now, this means we haven't got a disc inserted. If you were to have a CD inside this, guys, it would say to you, disc. Now, if I'm not wrong, it will then resume previously from where you left off. And of course, you can rewind, fast forward, pause and play. So, first button we're going to look at is the pause button, which is, of course, the first big button you meet. So, for those of you who can't see, my advice to you is to trail along from the CD slot up until you find the little split in the middle, just in between, and then straight up from that you're going to find the big button. I mean, I suppose you don't have to trail. I think once you know how to use the machine, it'll just be sitting there in the middle, this big button, which has got a little slip in the middle, and of course it's long. So if we press that,
No disc.
of course it's going to say no disc, but when it beeps, normally it will say that will play your track, and of course if you pause it,
No disc.
it will say pause. But in this case, obviously, we know there's no disc. Now, of course, we have a triangular button on the left,
No disc.
which says also no disc, but that sets your bookmark. So if I'm not wrong, that's where I'm sure you can mark the book and all that crap. But yeah, that's not much of an interest. Of course, above the triangle button, you have the oval button. I was about to press the triangle button again, sorry.
AC battery charging. System version 1.0. No disc.
I don't want to get done for copyright, sorry, RNIB.
Fully charged.
Oh.
AC. System version 1.
Okay. So, if we press the oval button, it will tell you that it's charging. You press it again, so let's do it.
AC battery fully charged.
No, it's not.
System version
And system
1.
version. and you press it again, it will cancel. Da-da-da. When you hear that sound, it will cancel. So it tells you the AC battery is charging. It says fully charged, which is not accurate at the moment. Of course, it's an old device, but it'll tell you that it's charging. Of course, that's the over button, and you press it, and it will also tell you the system version. Of course, press it again, it will cancel. Here,
Tone, -1.
this is all the tone, so I'm pressing the bottom one first. So you have two buttons, up and down. So we are now gonna trail from the oval button to our right, where we are going to be met by two buttons. The up is at the right, at the top of the left-hand side of the machine, and the bottom one, of course. And these buttons set your tone. So if we go down,
Tone, -2.
tone's on -2, so we were on -1. So let's go back up.
Tone, -1.
So we're on -1, so just hit the top upper button. Now we want to go to -2, so I'm going to hit the bottom button.
Tone, -2.
Press it again.
Tone, -3. Tone, -4. Tone, -5. Tone, -6.
Tone is on -6. So when you hear this,
Tone, -6.
the really high-pitched beep, that means you can't go further than -6. Now, of course, let's get back to -1.
Tone, normal.
Aha! This is one thing I didn't realise. If you, I know it works with the rewind button, but if you hold the upper top button on the left hand side as well, it will automatically skip through beep 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 beep, tone -1, and of course
Tone, +2.
we can go up now.
Tone, +1.
So now,
Tone, normal.
so
Tone, normal.
when you hear tone normal, that's a double beep. It's on normal tone. And now, of course, we can go above that. So if we want to go, press the top button again.
Tone, +1.
Again.
Tone, +2.
Again.
Tone, +3. Tone, +4. Tone, +5. Tone, +6.
Of course, we can't go above 6.
Tone,
+6.
+6.
So, of course, let's just hold the bottom button down and go back to tone normal.
Tone, +3. Tone, tone, normal.
And of course, the tone is normal. Now, of course, the big feature in this is voice activation, obviously, because it's got voice prompts. So whatever you press the machine, it's going to tell you. Now, above that, if we go to right to the top left, and of course, where we were pressing this top button here to adjust the tone, if we trail our finger one to the right,
Volume, 20.
that's the volume button, and the max volume we are at is 20. So it's a big, round, it's like an S shape if in Braille, if I'm not wrong. And then the one the bottom, the one before that, the bottom reminds me of a WH sign. But yeah, the two kind of curved ovals. So of course,
Volume, 20.
we can see that we're at the max, which is volume 20. Press the bottom one.
Volume, 19. Volume, 18.
Of course, you know the volume, so let's just hold it down.
Vo-
Sorry about that.
Volume, 0.
So we're at volume 0, which realistically should be 1 because 0 is nothing. You can't really hear it, so that doesn't make sense. I don't know if that works unless you put a CD in, but I think when it detects a CD, I think it's trying to say that the volume of the cassette is at 0, so you can't hear it. So let's go back to 20. So press the top button, like the S. Let's press the S-shaped button. I don't know if that is S. I'm guessing in Braille it is.
Volume, 20.
Email out 01 pause stop video button. Double tap to activate. Ismail Assar to menu pause stop video button. Double tap to activate.
Yes, I don't just need to know the menu of told Ismail Assar. Okay. But yes, sorry about that. That's Man United's news in the way. I think they wanted to get involved in the video as well. Shout out to them. Sorry, Man U. I don't think you want to be seeing an old Daisy player. I think you guys might want to get on with Ismail Assar. Thank you for giving him a shout out in my video because my phone just did. It just notified me. Anyway, even though I'm not a Man U fan. Shame we didn't get Ismail Assar. Come on, John Eustace. So, anyway, bam, just tap the space bar on my computer to show that let's get on with the video. Let's crack on and continue. So of course that's on volume 20. And it's like it's like you're getting closer to something like a metal detector, and you get that beep. You can't go any further. Now let's go one button to the right of my version of an S-shaped button when I'm using my Braille initiative, because it feels like an S in Braille. And we have the speed control. So the bottom one, of course.
Speed -1. Speed -2.
So the slowest we can go to is speed -2. Press the one above that.
Speed -1. Speed normal.
Of course.
Speed +1.
Again.
Speed +2. Speed +3. Speed +4. Speed +5. Speed +6. Speed +7. Speed +8.
Speed +8, so you can't go above speed 8. So let's go back to normal.
Speed normal.
Just hold the bottom button down as we get back to normal. Now, below that, we have a weird shaped button. Right below the bottom speed button. And I'm going to press that.
No disc.
And I'm not sure what this is for.
No disc.
So there's these two buttons for some reason. I can't remember what they were for.
No disc.
So of course, let's now move to the bottom, because there's a couple of buttons I can't remember what they were for. But yeah, there are buttons for whatever reason when you put this disc in. Now of course, below the big pause button, right on either side,
disc.
shut your mouth, on either side, you have the forward and rewind button. So
No disc.
press this one on the right of the pause and play button, it rewinds your track forward. Press the one on the left of the pause button,
No disc.
it will rewind your track backwards. Of course, if you hold it in, sorry, my hay fever was playing up. If you hold it in, it will rewind the track backwards or forwards, but it'll make this weird chipmunk sound. You know, like when you're when in cartoons, you see people on the phone, you hear that weird squealy sound. It sounds like that to me, and it's fun. Of course, now moving on from the squealies, let's we've got the forward button to forward your track, and now there's a bit of a gap. Of course, we follow that gap down, and we come to the final button, which is the squared eject button.
No disc.
Now, obviously, there's no disc in there, so it's going to say that again, obviously, of course. But when you press that, it will say eject, and it will release the CD for you, and the CD, again, will come out of this. So, there you go, guys. I thought that I would just review the Daisy player for you. Oh, sorry, we're missing one more button. And finally, just right above the eject button, we have a very small circle button, which we're going to press.
Sleep timer 30 minutes. Set.
So you can set your sleep timer. Set a timer.
60 minutes. Set.
You can set your sleep for 60 minutes. You can leave it.
90 minutes. Set.
You can go to 90 minutes. When it goes like da-da-da, it confirms it.
120 minutes. Set. Off. Set.
So it's cancelled it. Offset. So after 120 minutes, da-da, offset, da-da-da. That tone confirms it. And of course, how do we power off? Well, we go back to our little friend over here, just below the speaker, that quiet hidden circle. We're going to hold it down.
Shut down.
I was going to try something. Ah, okay. When it said shut down, it was giving you that tone, and what I thought was probably it's giving you that 2-second countdown or a timeout tone to say if you don't press it quick enough, the whole thing will shut down. But I tried to hold the button back in to prevent that, just wanted to see, but it didn't work. And it went, dill, and it shut down itself. So yeah, it does the whole thing itself. So there you go, guys. That is how the Daisy player is and how it works. Of course, the shutdown process, apart from my little experiment, I'll just go through that again. So, of course, let's hold it to turn it back on, because I'm sure I've confused some of you guys. Okay, you can hear no disc.
No disk.
Now, what I tried to do is, like I said before, was when I'll explain this better now because when it's on. When I tried to shut it down, I thought that da 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 was the timeout tone, and my idea was to maybe hold the button back in to see if it'll stop the machine from shutting down. But of course, it didn't work. So simple shutdown. Just let's hold the button down. Little circle button, rubberized circle button.
Shut down.
Beep, shut down. It's doing it now. Done. Hello, and it's shut down. And of course, if you take your charger off, it will tell you your battery level, of course, but everyone knows how that's going to sound. But there you have it, guys. That's my review of the RNIB Daisy Player. If you did enjoy it, please like, share and subscribe. And apart from that one, I will see you in the next video.
Stop.